But now standing in as the guest of honor for the Honorable Lilian Paparo, who is not here with us.
Imudino Paso, Honorable Lilian Paparo, one member of Parliamentary District of Lerma Paria, are school Pario Tiadane, Neteri, Celia Asarcio.
First of all, I thank God for this day.
If I were Fangiri Mungudi,
I thank all of you who have come here very early in the morning and you are still here with us up to now. I don't take it for granted. This is a sign of commitment to stand with us, with our friends who are the PWDs. I also thank the sub-county leadership for accepting us here. Because if you didn't host us here, we would not be here. When I left my home in the morning, I came here thinking I was just coming as the speaker, as the other three things I've talked about, but not as the guest of honor. I come here to sit with you, to enjoy myself and eat food. But when I reached here, I was headed another way. But in politics, we don't leave gaps. When your friend is not there, you stand in for them. So here I am. Woman member of parliament. All of you know who Lilian Paparo is. Lilian Paparo. And standing in for her is not an easy thing. She has her own style of choice of words. And the grace in which she says them. So I may not say it exactly the way she would have done it. Paparo would have been here, but she has been taken up by duties outside Uganda. By yesterday, but when she was still thinking she would make it. But finally, she had to accept that she cannot be here. She has sent greetings to all of you. That I greet you all. That she loves you too much. That she knows the strength of PWD. That she knows your honesty. And she knows your commitments to your cause. And she said, you continue to stand firm. She will be here one day, but right now she is with you in spirit. She said she would not have cooked the food, all right, but she was wishing to serve you people today. So the people who will be serving it, you know that Paparo is among those people. Now, coming to the representation of the PWD, starting from village to parish to sub-county to the district.
Those village here, district here,
I want to assure you that you people, you have leaders. Because there are people who cares about your needs. And I don't know much about the village one, but at the sub-county level, yes, I've interacted with them.
Kan ini ni mo ke to ko to di village ere ke te do sub county ere ke ye chi vu palace.
The one at the district, I've been with them.
Ka di district ere ke e bele di fu pi du lo vo se.
They are giving me headache in council.
E ke di gaza fe council an kiri ini yon ze ba to be mo diere se.
Because if anything we do does not touch or talk about PWD, is a problem.
Ba ka yo azin nze da ba ka we ba to be mo ru eji ele ni ako ere cha idi yo ru to ti council dalia.
A lot has already been said of what they have been doing.
E yo kara ba azin bikite din je yo eni yo re azin e ya bi ali na ridia bon ile di da envie dikako.
But I know Honorable Mutesa and Judith have been fighting for all of you.
E Honorable Mutesa meni record ya mbore ali dai azin Judith sura ha dai. E biki ali di ni ba to be me yo se council district ni ya asidiasi.
Even when this day came, we were about to approach, they were on our neck at the district.
They had to
put a lot of pressure to make sure that this thing takes place. Thank you, Honorable Mutesa and Judith.
Il est dit avoir fait attendre une fois, Honorable Mutesa, puis Honorable Judith, et n'est pas sur une barrière ici.
You had raised some issue whereby you said I should report.
Can you ask anything? I mean, only
I will do that. But what I want you to know also that you are very lucky that you have 5 MPs. 5 of them. So make sure you make use of them. Because that is the right channel for you to talk to them. So that your issue can reach Parliament. When it comes to jobs, you are lucky that now you have the representation, the DEC, District Service Commission.
I'm not
going to introduce them because they have already been introduced. We know the Honorable Councillors know the reason why we took time to get these people on board. But be glad that at least they are there. I believe some of your problem will be solved. But let me talk a bit about land, just a bit. I believe that the people with disability are allowed to have right to own land. Nobody should take their right. Because in most cases they ignore them. I call upon LC1. That when you are dealing with land issues, make sure those people are catered for. And I want to ask them whether when they are selling land, they involve their committee, because in most cases, the LC1 chairperson, as they said, work with his pocket, in his pocket, the stamp. When they are selling land, they don't involve the committee. Yet the law says all these committees must be there. And before you, HLC1, pick these 2 legs of yours to go and sign a paper. First come and find out whether Alex, who is selling the land, his women, if he has women, if his wife and his children are agreeing to that sale of land.
Alex mi manzo non bele musu stambu dizu nyaku Alex ni lozi le diako e dunga me sa e mu familia davo zizo Alex vlo kure ni yo di dieraya azina Alex vlo anjiri miki yo Alex ni lezu nyaku su dieraya azina ikiraya.
Don't come alone, come with your committee so
Me
that
ma
they
mo
will be
dule
your
ko
witness.
me executive members azima adekichi eke ani ademi sadeni ni bene.
I still want to repeat the issue the RDC has said.
Il était yo RDC ni te yo dari mili abi were.
Last Monday we were in Opia.
Odu alo sindra in Opia.
The elders are organizing the youth to side with them when dealing with land issues.
Ba elders ro ki ni di chairs on ji fe anjo de di to yo ini le on ji da tiso.
It is not fair for you to take your son of 15 years, 12 years, 17 years to go and even take part in land issues.
Yo azene mi vle anji li be chapi mudu na ro koni ma ali awa de ki guzu mudu ba zo di askari ro yo nyaku vle azakozo.
Because you are inciting them.
Mi adani ibi o ko fe yo nji yenzo and di jazani.
If there is a problem between John and Peter, let the problem remain with the elders, not the children. Let John and Peter children remain at peace together.
Yo bani ba wazo yo nji etizo cheta se yo te John pi mesela Peter be anji Peter vle ki fi Peter ti anji John ki vle ki fi John etira e kingiri ji be sela to kodani.
So that is for me for the LC.
Na te yo le ba LC bo were ari.
And stop causing us problems because we are suffering as a result of LCs.
LC kate azi ngate teke yo azini chapi ngiri nyaku dieri mali e bu dole ni yo.
And also another thing which is as bad here is that some land are being sold by the youth, those who are not all that old, because their parents, the elders, are being ignored. You look at the older man there, instead of asking permission from him, you don't ask. You go ahead and sell the land and ignore elders.
Waru azini ki charge kono deveni yo ni pinya ku anti dia ko deke e ki evle elders ki ko kalasi e ki jamu nyaku dozi.
For the Lubarakari,
Ile te yo ndelu barakari be were.
we have now put you in place.
Mini chasu pari o amina azu mali abori le baro.
As a district, we did our part.
District o bi even dia chozo na zo ni vle pari ali mi ma ati.
Now remaining at parliament level.
Ati di parliament ti akazi ya mi vle
A
dia.
lot of work to do.
Mi vle zi ringa dangirito.
Talk to your people
Nje yo mi vle pari ni.
so that this issue is not rampant.
Yo ngiri ru nyaku dieri ma diani ira mo fi ira ba
They
mesela
will
bene.
listen to you.
E ki weri mi tiera ele mi vle ma yosi.
Now, to the women,
Okuini
I want women to take leadership when the land issue is being solved. Let them also find out why their husband is selling the land.
e yo man le zo okuimi ma peti yo nyaku zuru mali akore ere zatane.
Because
Le
when,
tenya goni ka nyaku ziani mi okoro mi ma ai yo nje se fi sene be yo ndela madriendi.
because when this thing become a problem, the men fight and they are arrested and they are taken in cell. It is you, the women.
Ariskoni ya wani kadi mundile ngere kadi chale ni abu kakiti ali dobo padiki obi padiki jima busu te mi di okoro re changi su ko le lo mi.
And you are the same people who will have to cook food and take to the
E mi ni do nya ye ku ro ati mi nya zuni ji pa arujo da di.
When you allow your son to fight and they are taken, it is the same mothers, US mothers, you are the same people who are going to suffer.
E katia pe anzi mi vlo deni ni fi ngiri nyaku vle mali ari ali ko ervene mi ya ye aru anzi ndele vle ru changi suzu yo anzi dani ezata ezu mali ya.
As women, we are peacemakers. You talk to your husband and make sure the land issue is not a big problem.
Azi oko vle mungo ni fere eri tozo sientu dizu ongulu mo mali ya azini akuni azu mali ende.
To the partners,
Partners ya mavle ndondo nene.
as government, we cannot do much by ourselves.
Amaga meteru ya metonte eteke mi koko roko.
That is why we need your help.
Ale bele mi ndi to muzo tita feso.
Come and help us.
Mi mu dile muzo maza kozu ka
Stay
meteru.
with us.
I want to invite all LC1s, if you are there, please,
LC alo, ikande LC alo ni mi funga mvedwa.
and
Ridia wa.
LC2s.
LC2 chairperson e me fuvin loinde. Pari mini rezundu ya ikande LC alo chairman ne kanto LC2 chairman ne mi forward.
And of course, the elders, I'm not going to request you to come here. You can remain seated.
Amavle ba wara yo nyakuvle ndrepidiki i micho dimu do akora micho ri pari mini rezo rara te chobile yo ni rezo kilili.
Our default. Honorable Chandini, you said land conflict in Aribu is reducing. There I'm going to disagree with you.
kene afa otio arrive vule arrive disu kansua kona bo chandini ni te ozu ya ngiri nyaku bi arrive ari yon vira ye pinya ni toko
askone mante muria doa obitisi afudri grupu yiribe azinga kingwaya kine yenga ki arrive and ndra udu aluse grupo azi karile anzi pini chaki mudu dipira yenga kivini pajuru alero davini wora arrive wache eteke ni yo nyakuvuri ere angiri and the chairperson zamani man on very kelsu ones diki ale iya mavo bamanga iyo adaki amera askuni complain fo piriki fo emidria emiachi stamps piekini jeba mimu anguziri adule ama ari adaza eji amavo anguri malia leba yeyo daleri ku amera eyo LC1 mi anguzi ba lo biri mini lo mili sign e teni rami sign tet ya bazini bo ba jebo mi vini fe mi vini bazini mu kiniko ije angudi ya angudozi mi vini ati yo leri e akuki yo leri ja amani iyo ejizo amesela nyakuma diapo elders amazin sisasi anjeni yo ada mavla anjiri piniko elders ki disas di nyanya loki yo adako iyo sasa angudere elders kaniku clan madle ni yo angudindra amabi fe adianini malu baratindere aparwa etrumara mabi fe kina angudini eliali kalito ikaliazi abo mivini mu anjiki insight it also lezubat let drozu azita mavri is very clear agua angudia eli mudu dipewo mila agu let drop tesa jod asi bani angudi ma transaction amini angudi mayo turia kan ku feria anjiki yo ba fevin ndra angudi alesi amemu yo de meti piwere ama fe anji okwa pialo dikido afufu. Elders, please, my me emi cheki anjini yo adai. Baka angu defendra elini alibuani ekwa angu da aguda ma angu iwuri madia. Eyo azikachi emi beni elders ulachi emi onveki baki emi otuki yo da piri. Kilili ari adaza maale ni ayo. Amairi yo yepi ajia sub county era. Yo da fe amani chandi woro manigasi arua district sipe. Alenio daler ma ye dika ko te ovuni ba dieri e ki ora woro ni dini ko afaralu family alo bo bi bani kiri kibo ba mu dini azia ba jiki ko tie bo ikiri mande ovuni na ruodi e ko officer ma vle ara disira ni vini ki ngware ko iki kanitu na dikara ya ngone ara ni ko so ovuni ba dieri ki woro ye ki ora ni dini ko. Social media yo atiki diari. We are following up as the office of the president. Amavini mu arrest aziki mekira askuni yoda maziki onji. Amabaki insight. Ajia vora logiri arrivo di woro ba loki. So iyo nyakuvuri LCs ngaki yodai ikesaine ba lo ni ani masi ba lo das. And emi asisende dria bazi ni manguzi ozi do let de woro bote agudi manjiki aromudri mi chona advice eba ler ni rakaka kwadis a chepi wera ku ta ku piru ya zaro mi vini fe ozi te emi da leaders ki at the village level. Let us guide our people. Hello, security mayor ni do misi nevleda bazi kiteni le alo de pi aweki azi ngako sani chadben de tu ambone ndimi vletemeni ya alo dari iki mutrura e katani mbakili kuria ndini a uni tipie sani de ben de le mi ami security ru da me amera na anji mbiki akuobo anji kisasi do chi aba ama parents ro ale ni anji magi teko anji mbiki lifuabo ba mbanji mata ba ina chizu ki bangoler ki agipika evle de kingoler ki le mi ataru mi ayaru le mi manira mi mvani achi bangoler bere le mi mani dakira ndena sizu fiomani ba kala no modere eri chairman lorwenra president ni edo chi idozu mbadu sirisi PDM emioga ki andria ba aziri ki ni complaini isuki sende ko te ba isuki di bibu ka muivu akua ikazi sende di iyani adini ya afaziba ni choy dani yo erte dimu pini arueri ninga angoni are ani ku te district aziri malia ovwa ikose amadiri mwa dinjesuya amadi woroba edute sende nere mi enyami ovoni leaders dikiko president nivini muchami vo kuda ika azinga mukeria ama ya chibaki ba sende di supiriki azinga pia ladiki identify president kanimu erichami vo perakuda temi vursi ika ndani okudwa imvi wani yonere demi ni president gani chami vo akueko. For today's celebration is amplifying the leadership of disabled people for an inclusive and sustainable future.
Yodri eli kali ni suvle odu pa atobere vle wudu kusiri njizure eri oko fezu yodri cheza vle malia fezu ani ba atobere ma akidi cheza malia ende te di cheza adinilu sa weresi andweri chi dusiri yodri ko le mari di cheza pani tozo si bazu dunyara ichopi mupi ili karaka ni.
It is an honor and privilege to join you today as we celebrate this World Disability Day.
Inchita mboro ne emuzu tichizu mbetu alo odu alo district ni tichizu wudukumbere njizo ba tobere meseli adwendi.
A day dedicated to acknowledging the incredible strength, resilience and contributions of persons with disability in Uganda.
Ere adano dubani muzu ani orodripa tobere vle zota Uganda vle aliare mapamvu ndizo azene ba gazo ani dikadikare.
This reminds us of the strides we have made and the work that remains.
Different amani amapamvu ndri eyo ibipi pani pa tsobere ki jisu zota maliare achi ngoni odu gapi bono malia azina amotita eyo nde dusiri mari ngoni ari ndrezwendi.
Uganda under the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the National Resistance Movement government has demonstrated its unwavering commitment to the empowerment and inclusion of PWDs and other special. Allow me mention some of the NRM government, some of the achievements in this area that the NRM government has done. One is legal protection of rights. The NRM government has ensured the enactment and implementation of laws such as the Persons with Disability Act 2020 to protect the rights and dignity of PWDs. These legal frameworks guarantee PWDs equal opportunities in education, health, employment, and participation in governance. Secondly, under the NRM, PWDs have been given a platform to participate in decision-making process through designated parliamentary seats and leadership roles at district and local levels.
NRM vula alwaruri fevini okodi walabe ba tsoberidi itozi modu kopazu yomani utitazo table utizuru malia parindondo pani decision pani tsobe data mukere fezuru malia edozu eleria per parlamentendi.
This has amplified their voices and ensured that their concerns are prioritized.
Warfo emigrandiri yomani diwala refezuru emili duezi ngazura se erdisa se febani nyodu kwere parindondo pani yo amazuru malia.
The government also has tailored programs like the PDM, Youth Livelihood Program, and Uganda Women Entrepreneurship Program to accommodate PWDs.
Gamete vlo titandondo zotavle realia e kairindre PDM wa e kairindre Youth Livelihood Development ya e kairindre owekwa nisu gamete fe e sele azini tura ludia abari ba tsobedini itozu anoro bisuzu area ndondo na malia bien.
These initiatives offer funding and training for income generating activities, enabling many PWDs to achieve economic independence.
Area ni okofe ba de indri tozu lonyi suzu nezo ani ato evle machi ye yobeko. Area ni okofe idi madike lonyi be ato alias tozu ngazu yo ni le yezo ani be.
Through universal primary education and universal secondary education, the government has prioritized special needs education, ensuring that children with disabilities have access to quality education.
Kadio kalamu onita meralia edozu onita tani primary school area malia fizu onita tani senior secondary school area gamete fevino onita bari ba toga deni azini tozu aziba ni gadisi Ethiopia ni na babu banu mese grera de kingazo.
Institutions that train PWDs in specialized skills such as carpentry, tailoring, and ICT have also received support. The NRM government has improved access to healthcare services for PWDs and rehabilitation centers. Additionally, the construction of public infrastructure with accessibility features such as ramps and elevators continues to be a priority.
Pani alatable yo eki yazura ni mesukira ata paka vina fandondo bani sibani to ayu dikine kan pari ezini zo wani tuzu wori malia pangwazi ni defe zo ani ba to be mamuki yerendi ke die gata muke gameta ni baba to be ki bazu so ta malia ri.
As we approach the 2026 general elections,
amani muria opeta ichapi ili kali nianzia sirmalia.
It is important to acknowledge that the progress PWDs have experienced is a direct result of the NRM's commitment to inclusive development. Under the leadership of His Excellency, the government has demonstrated clear vision of empowerment for all citizens, including PWDs.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ni dichenere ma angunreza anguina pibato ni kudusi maliari eringboru azini ndexterero alenia baba atoba de ke ekondera madiliende asingazu ketu.
Therefore, the gains we have achieved in education, health and economic empowerment for PWDs need to be safeguarded.
Yo amani di super tobe de rubo kanikala unitare malia kanikala latan teruwe malia kanikala zotavle lonya de malia amani subo de kiba mambata ni yasi ndrezo mazini menu olani eke zazora fezo mama egwani vile dikade ne kobeno.
Supporting the NRM ensures continuity in the policies and programs that uplift PWDs.
Ani di dan dititiru leti amama tidia NRM gametera eri ani ngafe ego amani airi azina amani otie modile zo table riki mechake ani ipori yeke.
With President Museveni's leadership, the NRM has consistently prioritized job creation, skill development, and economic empowerment. Supporting the NRM guarantees the expansion of these opportunities to reach even more PWDs across Uganda.
Yo gamete NRM vule president we kabuta Museveni di chair wa Malia ewe ni pa chobe di kiduzu azuli die dania nezu we selendo zo table Malia ma akichi tuntuni sisa simani yo dezu nyale te no nyama de balo no maze ba chair wa ni eri wa mbole yo mama aviani gamete me yokure.
This government has also been instrumental in giving PWDs a seat at the table through representation in Parliament and local council.
Gamete awadi eri yondre chai nani yonutiru echozu kiti azina barni fezo ba chobe ni parindondo mani yo amazu council kanel si navler malia kanel si aluvler malia kan per parliamentaire malia eri dile bazina ambole yo mama gani gamete me yorani.
The peace and stability that the NRM government has brought to Uganda are the foundation for sustainable development.
Yo amania sionju rwandura azo alenia apu mamler malia amamotito tiesi yasi yo ngirengiro amani kunkunsu ni dezorale erbeledia yo gamete NRM vule ni ngazo ameselesi fezo anya sionju ma ameseli atide.
PWDs, like all citizens, benefit most in a stable and secure environment.
Ba chobe eke di tonto mesa ti tualo ogoru madia echozu le bandondo gamete ni fedi isuzu azina ngazo ani.
I therefore urge all PWDs to rally behind His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the NRM government in the 2026 elections to ensure that journey toward empowerment, inclusion, and development continues uninterrupted.
Ikedia eli kali nazaro pete chapi mania leteba chobe ma tiki NRM magamete azile president Yoweri Museveni madicheza nrezo ani yomani ebo riki mesuki okon bama fe ani mamuki dile bama fe okon ba chobe didi chozo ego eni le ezu idisi eke ani nga ego itileni le biki yuru esela di refie isu eni le lesa ne kerabe.
To my fellow leaders,
partners
and communities,
let
us redouble our efforts in supporting PWDs. Together we can create a society where inclusion is not just a goal but a reality.
Amaka etualo amangandre ego amani lezo padia ma azotable yo ralendiri nganu adri yo allo amane sibazu dunyari ekotere ngadi yo damani to bidiera azingazo anire.
And to all PWDs,
ba excelendo do atole bidiera
I urge you to stand firm,
united
and committed to supporting the NRM government, which has consistently prioritized your needs. As we conclude, and as we celebrate World Disability Day today, let us remember that the progress we celebrate has been made possible through a partnership of vision, leadership, and commitment. Let us move forward with determination to achieve even greater milestones for PWDs and all Ugandans. I thank you, the organizers, and the leadership of Arua District local government.
Ala wale fofe atando ropa otuta wale otu piridi azini dicheza Arua District local government vile dingi.
I say all this for God and my country.
I'm called Ikorujin Longo, CDO Disability and Elderly in Arua District. Yes, this day, that is the International Day of Persons with Disability. Yes, we commemorate it every year on the 3rd of December. That is the national one. But every district now sets aside a day in order to also roll it out to the locals. So the local person with disability also has to also have a feel of the day, so that they can grasp exactly what the national is doing, and at home they can compare notes and whether some of the challenges have been addressed. So this time round, as Arua District, this is our 4th year of commemorating it, ever since Arua District became Arua District, the current Arua District, because it used to be the Great Arua District, but then the current Arua District, this is the 4th year we are commemorating it. The first time we commemorated this year, people were so green, they were so naive, and they had negative attitude towards persons with disability and towards the day. They were like, how do we get there? There's no transport, we have to be transported. But now, along the way, they know this is one day set aside for all persons with disabilities, regardless of which type of impairment that you have. You have to come and meet friends and see what is happening where, compare notes, and get to showcase what you have learned. So that is why we see at the exhibition side, we have tailoring, we have very many things which are being exhibited, and those things were being made by persons with disabilities. So it's a day for showcasing to the world that yes, we also can, yes, we can make it, and we are not negative about our impairment. It's just a design, it's not anything different from the others. So that is why I say thank you to God for this day that we are able to showcase, and we're able to commemorate it. And then also the support from partners, it has never dwindled. New partners keep coming on form. And as Arua District, we have very few partners, but those few partners, new ones keep getting attracted to us because of the way they see the zeal that we have as persons with disabilities of Arua District. They see the zeal in us, the zeal to do advocacy and sensitization. You see new partners coming on board to support us, like NRC. Aga Khan has been there with us right from year one. Aga Khan Foundation has been there for us. This time round, Seford has not been supporting us, but this time round they have also come on board. Seford and others, they have come on board to support us just because of the zeal they see in us, and that potential they see in us. They know that through us they can also reach out to other wananchi.
Okay. What are some of the achievements that people have achieved in the years of commemorating this and has changed the lives of people living with disability in Arua District?
One, the urge to do work, the urge to go to school, the urge to send children to school. Those days in Arua District, you will hardly find children in school. Very few children were enrolled in school, but this time round, I believe even now, 2025, the harvest is March. People come report that I have a person there with disability at home. I have a child there who was born with an impairment. This child has been at home for the last 6 years. They come to report on their own. By doing that, we just know that this time round advocacy has reached far and wide because of the commemoration of this. And then also acceptance in the community. We have been accepted so much by people in our community, and they help us, they give us a hand in the health facilities. Health workers also have they have that positive attitude towards us. When we come, they give us the listening ear. They talk to us in confidence. They no longer shout at us that, hey, maybe you've come because of your impairment, but they handle us according to, they do the diagnosis, and then they treat us for the ailment we have come for. Those days they would, if you come and you are visually impaired, they will direct you to the eye clinic. They will tell you maybe your condition can be handled by Arua Hospital. You go to the eye clinic in Arua Hospital or Kuluva Hospital. But now if we go, they handle us the way we are. They accept us the way we are, and they are yearning to know our language, like sign language, like Braille. They are yearning. And then also those derogative ways of handling us, the language used, like they call us by name, by our baptism name, and they no longer call us with the other names that spell us according to our impairment, like Ombero, Duru, Palira. No, people now respect us in the community. And then also the urge for government programs like PDM, and then also special grant, the files that reach my office just to show that persons with disabilities are eager to learn and they're eager to work. And then also the way they give time for their work. If it's a goat rearing, they rear the goats, they do business, they vie for themselves, and they are now even clean, they are smart, they no longer smell in the community. So that to me is a plus, and it really shows that they have learned a lot, and this advocacy we have been doing through the celebration of the International Day of Persons with Disability has not gone in vain. It has changed lives of persons with disability and even the community at large.
Okay. What about the use of transport for the office of CDO in charge of special needs?
The issue of transport, I think we just need a little more advocacy, and it's not only the CDO focal person that does not have transport, but even our department, the Department of Community Services, that no longer has a vehicle. Our vehicle broke down, so we no longer have a vehicle. And even the probation office faces a lot of challenge. Like one time was carrying children on a moti, they pushed him down as he was taking them to the rehabilitation center, to the remand home in Giligili. They pushed him down and he hurt himself. Up to now his knees are hurting. So we need transport. Our department needs transport. So we just pray if any partner could come and avail us with the vehicle, or even the government to come in and give us a vehicle, and then we'll be very grateful. And myself, I need a motorcycle for moving to the field.
Called James Debolule. I am the program assistant for National Union of Disabled Persons of Uganda. That is in Udipu. I work together with the Arua District Union of People with Disability. Today, I represent ADOPED as the main COC for the International Day of Disability for Arua District Local Government, which is celebrated in Arego Sub-County. We thank God for all that we have organized, and we are proud of course, the persons with disability. We intentionally want to work together with persons with disability to empower them, first of all, economically. We need to empower persons with disability economically so that they stand on their own, they pay their children, they cater for their family, so that they also avoid other issues that may come in future, also work for their future. So for now, what we do as Arua District Union with persons with disability, we try to empower people through savings. We encourage them to save money, and out of what they save, they also give this money as loans weekly, so that they can buy what they like in the family, like the salt, the paste, the shop, that the needs for the family daily. This is what we normally encourage them to do. Where need be, we encourage them to borrow money from the group so that they can start the small business where they will be earning daily for their lives. Our theme this year for International Day of Disability says, amplify the leadership of disabled people for an inclusive and sustainable future. So amplifying the leadership means we empower the persons with disability educationally, economically, and also socially. We need to empower them so that they can come up without fear or favor to give leadership to the people. If we do not empower them now educationally, they will not come as leaders in future. So we need to sustain their leadership now by educating them, by empowering them economically. And also, if need be, give them jobs for those who have qualified for the positions. So these are the areas that we really need. These are the areas where we need to amplify as the families of persons with disability, as the local government, as the partners of NGOs. We need to come together to do this because one person can't do this alone. So we need to be in partnership, in empowering, in amplifying the leadership among the people with disability so that they will be leaders in future. Meaning we are sustaining the leadership of persons with disability. Yeah.
What is your message to the people living with disability about this service?
My message to persons with disability is that let us not only now see into it that we are disabled. No. Work for yourself. Don't wait for somebody to work for you. You work for yourself. That's why we go on, encourage them to be in groups, save money, be able to access whatever you want in your family, not demanding somebody. So my message is, let's work for ourselves. Let us not look at somebody to care for us. No. We are able, we can do what other people who are not disabled, we can do what those people are doing. We can be able to do it. So let us not sit down. Let's not say we are disabled, we cannot do anything. We are able. Let us work for ourselves. Let us be in groups so that wherever support, any NGO that wants to support us will get us in a group, and it will be easy for them to support us in any area we may need. One of our outcomes for this program is to have social protection for persons with disability in this. One of these is access to the social services, as I spoke. But then we look at the social protection in areas of health, because somebody may be disabled and conceived, but supporting this person in antenatal services is very difficult. These are some of the areas that we look at. We try to support them. We move to these health centers to ensure that the persons with disabilities are given these services as much as possible, because it may be difficult for them to access or to work like other normal people do. So whenever they reach there, we advocate that for this service that they should be helped faster. This is what we do in areas of social protection, and also where they are violated in the families. These are the areas we are working in partnership with the police. We work with the FIDA to avoid domestic violence in areas of this. We also try to work for the areas where they can access services like markets, whatever, so that people do not harass them in these areas. This is one of our areas that we do in social protection, and it is one of the outcomes of our, you know, in our area of work, we, you know, there is that is what we call design by construction companies. We face challenges there, right? But now, with our advocacy, as in UDIP, as ADOPED, we try to push, we try to lobby for the change of design that is that can fit, that is favorable for persons with disability. Though it is not implemented everywhere, but we see now in construction, people are trying to cater for persons with disability. But it is still a challenge. We will also need to encourage, because much as people are working towards that, people are trying to implement our cry, our lobby, but it is not to our expectation, especially if in the areas of constructing the toilets, we still have challenges there. Well, accessing the offices, we try to see there is a bit of improvement. I give an example of Arua District Local Government Headquarters. The design was that it was not accessible for persons with disability, but because of the advocacy, they were able to change the system. Now the offices of Arua District is accessed, but we still have challenges in sub-counties and the schools. So we really advocate for more of access for persons with disability. Otherwise, it can eliminate one from studying, from accessing social areas like health, education, and also markets. So we need to include all these for persons with disability.
I am called Deborah Natalia, representing people with disability in Arua sub-county.
What does this then mean to you?
It means we had to come and join hands together to draw out the fears and to be happy. Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you feel you are going through and you need the government or different stakeholders to come and help you address them?
Yes, there are many things. One is we have not been educated. Two, in schools, they don't give us support. We need support from the government, and also let me say textbook for training those who are deaf. Yeah, they are not there in the schools, and the toilets for the people with disability is not there. If you go to the schools, even ramps are not there. We are just suffering. Even in the churches, we are just suffering. And also, in the school, some people are deaf. They don't hear, but they are just going to look at your mouth, how it is going. After there, they cannot cope up what you are saying. We need textbook for these people and the interpreters. Each school should have what? Interpreters.
Okay. How do
in health centers, there are many challenges. One, we being women, sometimes we got pregnant. When you go to the health facilities, there are no beds for those people. Especially in the hospitals, if government help us to give us beds for those who are disabled to deliver, And the interpreters, when these deafs go for the treatment, no interpreters.
Okay.
And the ramps also there. And those blinds, they need, I don't know how to call that one. When they wanted to go to the place where they're given drugs, there are some steps
pharmacy.
there. Yeah,
Pharmacy.
Those steps, they are not there. After there, when there is not that steps, they got their self not there.
My name is Kaka Kennedy, the male PWD councillor for Arevo Sub-County. Yeah, this function has so far helped us along. During these functions, we normally get information that can transform our life, where there is economic empowerment program that we normally get good information about it, and it has now even helped us to be self-reliant, not where a situation where we are begging from street to street. We have moved out of that. So we have seen that we are now ready to mix ourselves in the community. We used to be isolated, but this time we are okay with the people, and we are not ashamed of our status. So we have even seen disability is not inability, and it has empowered us that we can also compete in developmental aspects with others who are also able-bodied. So this is the great thing we normally get from this celebration of ours. Before, we used not to have this empowerment, but this time we also get to interact with all people we used to hear, like the